Hey, good morning. What a beautiful, beautiful day I'm experiencing here in Florida. Oh, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. This is why I live in Florida. Here it is, December. And yeah, I've got long sleeves on, but they're pulled up and I'm wearing shorts. So I am blessed. What I want to touch on this morning is something that some of us avoid, and that is service work. Service work. Is it really important? And why do I have to do it? Why can't somebody else do this stuff? It'll get done. Why do I have to get involved in service? There's always somebody that'll step up to the plate and do it, right? That's what we're going to talk about today. I don't know about you guys, but ever since I got into recovery, somebody was always trying to get me to get into service work. And it just never really appealed to me. There's always somebody that will cover the service that needs being done. So why do I have to be a part of it? Well, the longer I'm in recovery, the more I learn. There's just no two ways around it. But service is important not just to get things done. Service is important for me in my recovery. It's important that I get out of myself and I think about the needs of other people. Not something I was comfortable with while I was drinking. It's a part of who I am today. These videos that I do, I consider that service work. The reaching out and helping other people, that's service work. I open a meeting once a week, make the coffee, set up the chairs, get the books out in place. It's just part of my recovery. And, I don't know if you're familiar with the 3 legacies. You've got the triangle with the circle around it. Well, each side of the triangle represents one of the legacies, and one of those legacies is service. It's how we keep it going. I think a big part of recovery is just growing up, sometimes I feel like saying that to people. Don't you think it's about time you grew up? When I first got sober, I had the mind of about a 15-year-old as far as my emotions go. Emotionally, I was about 15 years old. I didn't care about anybody else. It was all about me and how life affects me. I was the center of my universe. So that attitude of I'm not much, but I'm all I think about and all I talk about, that's got to change. I've got to get away from the self-absorption that I was into while drinking. And even while not drinking, that self-absorption can be terrible. Being just obsessed with self. And, the more that you look at it, the more that you see it. For me, I had to step out of the center of everything. And that began by taking step 3. And turning my will and my life over to the care of God as I understand Him. No longer was I in charge. Now God is in charge. So no longer is it about me. It's now about God and other people. So what do I do about that? Can I be of service to God and the people around me? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Not only can I be of service to God and the people around me, but I can get away from being so self-centered to think that it's all about me and my needs, my desires, my, wants. Come on. God always provides for me. I don't have to be in charge of that. What I can do is I can get out of myself and be of service to God and other people. Now, how do I go about being of service to God and other people? Yeah, okay, you can open a meeting, you can make the coffee, you can set up the chairs, put out the literature, that kind of a service work. But you can also do everything from just listen, let somebody spew it out, just sit there and be a good listener. I remember the first time I tried that, I was like, oh boy, I've got to listen to all this. People pick up on your attitude. If you're genuinely concerned about their welfare and you're listening and you're giving back feedback when you can or whatever, sharing experience, strength, and hope, that's service work. That's service work. And what you'll find, I think, is the same thing that I found. The more I do it, the more I enjoyed it, the more I got out of it. We're back to the gift of giving. When I give of myself, I receive blessings. That's fantastic. It's just fantastic. So service work is me getting out of myself and giving back. I owe a debt to recovery that I could never repay. So let me just say this before I end, and that is that if you're doing service work, but you find yourself complaining about having to do it, then you're doing it from the wrong motive. The motive is not to enjoy it. The motive is to get out of yourself and do something for someone else. Be of service to God and the people around you. The gift comes after doing that with a pure heart, with pure motives of just trying to be helpful. So I encourage you all, get into service. Do something nice for someone else. Be of service to God and the people around you. Pay it forward if you have to. Whatever it takes. You have a debt to recovery that you'll never be able to repay. It's time to give back. And that way, you can live happy, joyous, and free. Thanks again for joining me, and God willing, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.